Well, we are back. We are back with the League One predictions. So let's get into it. Well, I think 24th, the team that just came up recently into League One, I think they're going to have a struggle. Obviously, you're saying Bromley in this league, you wouldn't really think, it's League One. But yeah, I'm sorry, but I do think they will come 24th. I'm just basing that on because of who they are, and it's going to be a big struggle, really. I think. But yeah, we'll just have to see because it could come as where they're not actually as bad. But yeah, in my opinion, 24th. Well, 23rd. I think these will have a struggle. Obviously, last season they had a struggle as well. Obviously, I don't know, they were close to getting relegated. Obviously, a side that's been in League One for quite a long time. But yeah, I do think Burton will finish 23rd in League One. I think they'll have a struggle this season. I think they'll go down. But yeah, it could go anywhere really. I'm not too sure. But yeah, let's see. Well, 22nd, I think it's going to be a struggle for these. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they got promoted not last season before. Obviously, a team that I think they are in League Two. They're a League Two side, but they are a good team as well. But yeah, I think 22nd will be Wimbledon. I just think they're gonna have another struggle season. But yeah, I just feel like they're gonna go down this season. But yeah, well, 21st, I feel like a side that's have they only just come? I don't know if they've only just come up. I think they might have just come up from League Two. I think they have. New promoter side. I feel like they're gonna have a struggle this season. I just don't think they're gonna be as consistent. I'll back them. I don't think they'll come last, but they unfortunately will get relegated. And I think Cambridge will finish 21st. I'm just basing that off of they've just come up, and it's gonna be an hard season for them. It's just always gonna be like that. But yeah, that's just how they're gonna come 21st. Well, in 20th, I think, because they've just come up from League Two, and obviously they're not like the best. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're not the best, but it's going to be a tough season because obviously they've only just come up, and it's going to be one of them hit seasons where you've got teams like Sheff Wednesday, Leicester, Oxford, Barnsley, all those teams in the same league. It's going to be tough, and I feel like I'm going to be nice, and I feel like they will just come out. They won't get relegated, but I think they'll be lucky to stay up. Well, in 19th, I've got, because obviously I think they've only just come up. I'm not too sure, but I don't think they'll have obviously they have a big stadium. All this probably it's just gonna be hard for them. I feel like they're gonna they're gonna struggle, and I think MK Dons will finish 19th, unfortunately for them, but they still get to stay up, and they will be in League One for another season. Well, 18th, I feel like obviously they've had struggles. Obviously, not long ago they had like something to do with their own and probably nearly lost the club. I think they'll finish 18th because it's not. Again, there's all them other bigger teams and more competitive teams than them in this league, and that's why I'm putting Reading 18th. But yeah, again they'll stay up, which is a positive really. Well, in 17th I've chosen these because I feel like they'll have a bit more advantage from last season. Obviously, last season they only just stayed up, so I just feel like this season they'll stay up, but it'll still be another struggle again for them. But yeah, Leyton Orient I will place 17th because it's just I just feel like they're just going to finish 17th and they'll stay up, but they'll also have not the greatest of seasons. Well, 16th, obviously, I'll say it first. I do think Wigan are going to finish 16th because I just don't. Obviously, they're that team that just belong in League One. They just don't go up, don't go down. Just that team where they finish near enough mid-table, really. Obviously, I don't think they'll go down. I don't think they'll go up. I think they'll just have a mid-season again, like last season. And there's not really else to say about them. I just feel like they'll have a mid-season, really, but we'll have to see. Well, 15th I have chosen Peterborough. More of the fact that they just had a well, to be fair, they didn't really have a mid-season last season. They were in relegation zone for the start of the season, I'm pretty sure, and then they picked it back up and then got out of relegation zone, somehow stayed in League One. Obviously, not long ago they were in playoffs. Obviously, example, when they played against us in semi-final, beat us 4-0. We came back when we beat Barnsley. Obviously, they're one of them teams where I think they'll have one good season, one bad season, and it'll just carry on. But I just don't think this season's for them, and I think again they'll finish mid-table. I just don't think it'll go well for them. But we'll have to see. Obviously, it's Peterborough. They could finish anywhere really. So yeah. Well, 14th. I've chosen Plymouth. Obviously, again last season there were fears of them going down to League Two. Obviously they picked it back up. To be fair, could have got playoffs really. But yeah, I just don't think they'll do enough to get playoffs really. Obviously they beat Exeter, the rivals, the other day. But again, just I don't know. I just don't think they'll like. It'll be just off and on, really. That's just Plymouth, really. That's Plymouth Fire. But yeah, I think they'll just finish mid-table. I don't think they'll finish like that close to the relegation or that close to the playoffs. I feel like they could have a chance of going into the playoffs, but I think then they'll drop and ball it somehow and just finish 13th. But yeah, we'll have to see. Well, 13th, I think Barnsley will finish 13th. Obviously, they finished somewhere around 13th last season. Obviously, I don't think they showed enough of themselves last season. But I think this season they'll be just same as they were last season, just on average really. I think obviously with a lot of big teams it's going to be a lot more difficult in this league, and I just don't think they'll edge it to playoffs really. I think they'll just stick around 13th, probably finish 13th, and that's just what I think about where Barnsley will finish. Well, next up is 12th. I think Blackpool will finish 12th. Obviously, I think the playoffs is going to be tough to get in. Obviously, the teams like Oxford, Luton, Stockport. Who else is there? Maybe Mansfield. I'm not too sure really. They could steal get in there. I'm not too sure, but there's teams like that, and it's going to be difficult to get into the playoffs. I think it's going to be one of them tough. It's going to be a tough season for them, and I feel like 12th is just the right spot for them, and it just settles them into a season, and then maybe next season they can build up and obviously try and get playoffs really. But I think it'll be close, but it's going to be difficult, and I think that's why they'll finish 12th. Next up is 11th, and I think obviously a team that I think they actually finished 11th last season. I'm not too sure, but a team that you think, oh, like a team that you think could be in League One. It is obviously Wycombe. But yeah, I think they'll have a decent start to the season. They'll start picking up, but then they'll drop a little bit again, and it'll be like on and off really. But we'll just have to see. Well, next up is 10th, and I feel like Mansfield will finish 10th. I don't think they'll get playoffs, but I think they'll be a bit more up there. I think they'll be racing for playoffs. I think they'll race for playoffs, but I don't think they'll get it. Obviously with that 3-0 loss against Sheffield United, they didn't really do much. At either side, Michael Smith, he's alright. He's not as good as he were now, but he's alright. He's decent. But yeah, I just think of probably around 10. Well, next up is a 9th position. We're getting into the single numbers. I think Doncaster. I think Doncaster they'll have a better season than last season. I think they'll finish more up there. They'll go for a playoff push. But I don't think they'll. Unfortunately, I don't think they'll get playoffs. I just don't think they'll get it this season. But yeah, ninth for them is decent. Stayed up, get next season really. Just try and push for it. It's going to be difficult this season, so I think they'll get somewhere around 9th. Next is 8th, and I think it'll be Huddersfield. I think Huddersfield will get 8th. I think they'll also be on a playoff push. Obviously another Yorkshire team. I think they'll be up there. They'll be on another playoff push, but unfortunately I think it's too much for them, and I don't think they'll get in the playoffs. I think they'll just sit outside of it, and I think actually no, I'm not too sure. I don't know if they're doing it for League One. I don't know. I don't know if they're doing. I don't know if it's Championship just playoff rule, but I don't know. I think they'll finish 8th. I'm sure about it. Well, 7th, just under playoffs. I feel like it's just going to be one of them seasons for Oxford where, as they've just come down, they're going to struggle a bit. Obviously, I don't know who they've signed. I don't think they've signed much players. But yeah, they're just going to have one of them struggle seasons. Obviously, not great in a Championship, obviously. But yeah, they're going to have one of them seasons where they're just going to struggle, but not be as low as possible, really. Just under playoffs, really. So we're moving into the playoff places. 6th, I'm going to go for Luton. I think they'll have a real good start. Obviously, they've signed a couple of players, which I think they'll have a good season in my opinion. I don't think they'll win playoffs, but they'll be close to winning playoffs. I think they'll get through to the final, but I don't think they'll win. Next up is 5th. They're going to have a decent season. I feel like they'll get playoffs. I don't think they'll win it, unfortunately, but I think they'll be a decent playoffs. I think, unfortunately, I don't think they'll get to the final. But I think they'll get to semis, but they won't win its semis. But I know. But yeah, I can just tell they'll be in playoffs. They'll have a good season. Obviously, last season they were in playoffs. Unfortunately, lost to Stockport. But yeah, I think they'll get in playoffs, but they won't win it, unfortunately. But yeah, that is Stevenage. But yeah, anyway. Well, the next place is 4th in the playoffs. Again, the side that lost Bolton in the final, Stockport. I think they will finish 4th, and I am positive they'll get to the final, and I think they'll win it. I think they'll win the playoffs, and I think they will be the next team to go into the Championship. I just think I know they lost the manager. I'm pretty sure they lost the manager, but I still think they'll still get in the playoffs and win that final. The team's good enough. Obviously, you know, it's just, I think last season they kind of gave up. Obviously, they went like 2-1. I don't know. I don't even know if they scored, but they went 2 goals down and then just really gave up really. But I think they'll get playoffs and I think they'll win it. Well, third place, just off automatics, I think it will be Bradford. I think Bradford will finish third. I think they'll have a good season. They'll get playoffs again, and they'll be fighting for automatics. But then unfortunately they'll drop, and then I feel like they'll finish third and they won't win the playoffs. Unfortunately for them, but yeah, that's all I've got to say. Well, next is automatics. The 2 sides that will go straight back up to the Championship, I think you already know who they are. Second, I'm going to go Sheff Wednesday. I don't think we'll come first, but I think we'll go up by automatics. I think we'll have a good season. I'm guessing. Well, I'm not guessing, but I know we are going to have a good season, obviously. Our pre-season wasn't the best, obviously, you know, 4-0 to Oldham, 0-0 to Crystal Standard, but it's pre-season. You can't just base off pre-season. But yeah, I think we'll come second. And then the team that will win the league is Leicester City. I think they will go straight back up. Obviously, back-to-back relegation. But I think obviously they'll just storm league really. It's Leicester. I think they'll come first really. The team that you're expecting to go back up. But yeah, I think they'll finish first, and I'm pretty sure on that. But yeah, they'll come first. But that is it for the League One predictions. Obviously, you know, I'll put it on screen. It's going to be a good season in my opinion. Lots of derbies, Yorkshire derbies, and yeah, it's just going to be a great season. Some great games, and yeah, it's going to be one of them where I'm going to enjoy watching, and I'm going to enjoy filming as well, because we've got Bradford on next Friday. We've got Leyton Orient on this Saturday that's coming up, but I'm not going. But yeah, I will be going Bradford, which is Yorkshire derby. So yeah, I'll be filming for that. So see you in the next one.